Good afternoon. Welcome to the
Good
NPFL
afternoon.
Outlook, episode 4. Um, I'm joined by Timi Oweye, who this is his third appearance. So we're only Timi appearance fee, as the case
Exactly.
may be now. So this is Timi's third appearance. We're supposed to be joined by Mercy from Jaws, but I can't seem to. Well, I guess the show has to go on as we always say. TV, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me once again. It's my pleasure to be here.
So how have you been? What has caught your fancy over the last match day in the NPFL? Hello, TV. Is TV there? Here we go again. Network. Whilst we wait for TV to come back, TV, are
Okay,
you
I think
there?
I'm back now.
Okay,
Yeah, I'm here
all
now.
right. So I said, what has caught your fancy in, from is it match day 4 of the NPFL? What caught your fancy from match day 4 of the NPFL? Match day 5 of the NPFL, rather.
Sorry, can you come again? I didn't get that.
I said, what caught your fancy from match day 5 of the NPFL?
Oh, okay. First off, I think it's not really about getting my fans, actually. It's something that I'm worried about. There was no TV for Team 5.
Yes,
I'm a little bit
yes.
worried about that because I think Red Strike and LMC, this
I've lost Timmy again. Network is going to be my big problem for me to. Timmy, are you there?
started very good. I was
Okay.
expecting them to go from where they started from, but it's like So I was saying, I'm hoping that we will have TV back on for the next match day because I really want to see games on TV. But catching my fancy, I think it has to be Imama that finally got a point, and I think that, that ultimatum is beginning to work wonders.
you
Like it
just
or
had
not.
to you just had to go to Imama Street.
No, yes, now Imam are my guy now, so I can't just. It's really pitiful that he's not been having it good since he came back to the NPFL, and now we hear his team will no longer be playing in Aba. They are
Ah,
relocating to Okigwe. So I
Abba
just
is
hope that it's for the best
the
for him
problem
and
is
his
in
team.
Abba. The problem is with Abba is not with his team. It's not with him. The problem is in Abba. We're
Are
here
you
with him
sure?
now. We're here now. Abi. Is that
But he
not what
needs
they
time.
are?
He needs time. He needs time to
Oh,
settle in well and get the goods coming home.
oh, Imama needs time now. Okay.
Yeah, everybody needs
Ah,
time to adjust to a new
I say,
environment.
no problem now.
Wait, it's like
When
you have something against Mama.
Toby Samuel tweeted, wait, like, of course I do. Of course I do.
Oh,
When
now we
Toby
know.
tweeted that they were moving to Kigwe, my reply, my reply to Toby was, Tafujuba, which means eventually we'll see what will happen. See, when you cast aspersions on a set of players, that in the end you are still going to want to live, make a living through in future. I don't know the way
Get
you
it right.
intend to lay your bed. So hopefully his approach and tactics, are well communicated to these players and they understand. And then we'll see what happens to Abia Warriors. One point,
They will get it.
1 point away to five, I think is a big deal,
Yeah,
but
it is actually.
it's about the problem. We'll find out when they play their first game, Kigwe. For
Yes,
me,
yes.
like you said, I do agree with you with respect to not having the games on TV.
Yeah.
I don't know how, and I think the LMC have been too quiet since the league started. It's important that they let us know more. Let us have the information. From where I stand, I don't think the LMC are ready to sell this league the way I think they should. We had Eyimba versus Kano Pillars in Aba
Hmm.
at the
Big
weekend.
game,
A
the
game
biggest
of
game.
that magnitude.
Hmm.
Yeah, probably the biggest game in Nigerian football today, not being on TV. It's like, and the funny thing, it happened the same weekend. Liverpool's playing Manchester United, biggest game in England.
Yeah,
Imagine
yeah.
if Liverpool Manchester United is not on TV. Just imagine.
It will be good. It
It's a
won't be good at all.
huge dent on the Premier League. So if you're unable to do that, then it's a huge worry for me on what direction. And a few people, tweeted at me on Twitter what's happening. They don't like what's going on because first and foremost, they didn't get matches midweek. Now, what happened at the
Yeah.
weekend? Some guys have already started telling me that they started deleting the app. So I have to tell the guys in Red Strike if they are watching on NFL, NPFL TV, look, you guys have work to do.
They have
It
plenty.
is
They have plenty.
it's important for this league to be to keep to whatever terms they've set out. If people are
Yeah.
downloading this app and paying for subscription, you need to offer them value, the
Value for
value,
money.
the value that they deserve. And it's not just the matches. You have to build content around the matches.
Yeah,
People need to
Yemi,
know.
that's my worry for them. They cover just. I think it was only match day one that we saw 3 games.
Yeah.
Every other match days, it's just been one game. Hey,
Let me
come
give
on!
you let me give you an
I'm
example
paying 1.5.
what they did in Ghana. Start times are the broadcast rights holders in Ghana. But you know what they did? They
Mm-hmm.
tried as much as they split the games into different times
Yeah,
to make sure that they're able to show as many games as
as
possible.
possible.
You
I
can't
think that's
tell
the
me
way to go.
that they can't have sit down. It's what is right. You sit down with the matches so you can play 2 p.m.
Yeah,
in
yeah.
the maybe not in the not because of the you can play 4 p.m. That's 3 matches shown on Saturday. That's a lot. Then highlight the players, top players in the start putting a lot of fantastic. I saw the goal that in low beautiful they played at all week in the previous one. But
Yeah.
when people come, post it on Twitter, how many people actually see the goal? So the LMC need to work like we have a comment out. Alfred says the LMC needs to work on their PR. Yes,
Apart from PR,
they
Yemi, can you hear me?
need.
Hello, Yemi, are you there? Network issues, I guess.
Yeah, Timmy, go on, Jerry.
Yeah. So, like you rightly mentioned, I think it's a thing of logistics that Red Strike needs to get. You want to cover 10 games, or you are supposed to cover 10 games. You can't. You can split out or spread out those games, like you mentioned, from maybe even 1 p.m. or 2 p.m. and stretch it out to maybe till like 7 or 8 at night. Because, like it or not, even if you can't give us live games in all those 10 centers, we can have maybe just a mini highlights or 5 minute highlights from across the centers in all those places where games are played. It's not too hard for you to have three cameras or two cameras in each of those stadiums where you are having a match for a match weekend. So I feel it's not something that is very difficult. It might be very hard for them based on the fact that they are not based here in Nigeria, because from what I've gathered, I hear they are having issues with broadcasting vans, the OB vans. I think that's their major worry. And from what I also gathered, they are trying to bring in some flyaway kits, and that's been very difficult to bring into the country. But apart from that, I feel there are ways you can always work around these things. If you're not giving us the 10 matches, we can always have packaged highlights from all those games where we see the goals. If we are not seeing the games, let's see the goals. Let's see, like there was a game Rangers played. I think it was when they went to Kaduna to play Jigawa Golden Stars. The goal they scored was a
Yeah.
wonderful, sweet goal. And if not for Rangers media team that had the cameraman who was there and got it live, I wouldn't have seen that good goal. So I think it's something LMC needs to really talk about and work on, about bringing more games, because I can't be paying 1.5 and on the match weekend I don't see any game at all. It's
You know
not good
what?
value.
What's interesting? What is interesting about the amount of money being paid is what the LMC does not understand is that the league is competing for eyeballs. So with
Yes.
1.5, I'll pay 2.5. I can use 2.5 to pay for Netflix for the same 1 month, and the Netflix is there. You know, I'm
Yes.
going to watch.
I can watch
I
as
can watch
many content
everything I
as
want
I
to.
want.
Yeah, there's
Hey,
Showmax. There's so much you can watch with. Yes, it's more than one
one
five,
five.
but the extra 1,000, I'm going to get extra value because I have
Yes, I
everything
will
I
watch
can
so
watch.
many
So,
things.
so
Because
there's a
like it or not,
huge
like it or not, the 1.5 is just giving me one game per match week.
1 game a week. So I'm paying for
It's
4 games.
yes, in a month.
And note that they failed to cover two match days now.
Yes, of course.
So where's the
So
value? So that is
those
the
two match weeks,
that's the
those 2 match days
complaint.
has is gone. Who is going to pay for
And
that?
exactly, and they were really, really good games to watch. Let's go to
It's,
the
it's a big worry.
let's go to the results from match day 5, uh, LMC and what have you.
I learned you're now
I
friends
hope
with them.
no, I'm not friends with anyone.
Are you enemy?
I'm only friend.
Are you an
I'm only
enemy
friends.
within?
No, I'm only a friend to myself. All right, so let's go to the results. Okay, so Aqua United surprisingly 1-1 draw against Wiki Tourist. That game was played yesterday. Good
Yes.
result for Abdullah. Good result. Wiki Tourist had struggled at the start of the season, but they gradually
Yep.
picking up. Sunshine Stars 1-0 over Wari Wolves. Lobby Stars 2-1 over Nakada. Remember, I said they scored a fantastic free kick in that game.
Yeah.
If you can't go and check the Lobby Stars Twitter handle, you see the goal. FC Fireball 1, Abel was 1, Plateau United 2, Adamawa United 0. I was hoping Messi was going to join us. She was at the stadium to help Plateau United as they bounce back. I think they have 7 points out of their last 9 points. They've got 7 points out of their last 9. MFM 1, Rangers 1. Great point for Rangers. MFM,
Yeah.
well,
They
these
have
are
to
some of
fight
the
back.
games that that will differentiate how far MFM will go this season. Rivers United continued their fine form, 3-1 against Heartland, back-to-back defeats for Heartland, where they conceded 3 goals in each game.
Yeah.
Enyimba 2, Kano Pillars 1, big win for Enyimba, the biggest game on for match day 5.
True.
Jigawa Golden Stars 0-0 at home to Kwara United. Jigawa Golden Stars could not continue their winning ways after winning away from home. They couldn't take maximum points at home to Kwara United. So Kwara United gets
I think they've
another
been
point
struggling
on
to
the
get
road.
points at home in Kaduna too. Remember, it was that same stadium where Rangers got an away win. I
Yeah,
think
that's true.
not playing in Duse or around Jigawa, it's
They don't
problem
have
for them.
they don't have stadium in Jigawa.
They don't have
They don't have, as far as I know.
not even a community
They don't have
stadium like Agege.
they don't have a stadium good enough to play in the NPFL.
Okay, now you are talking. I think I can understand that.
So now National United continued their fine form, 1-0 at home to Katsina United. Let's go to the league table. Top of the table, Rivers United still holding sway, 12 points from 5 games. Nasarawa second with 11 points. Lobi are third with 10 points, occupying the 3 continental spots. The 4 relegation slots are held by Abia Warriors, bottom of the table with only 1 point. Adamawa United with 2 points. Heartland FC with 3 and FC Fiber with 4. So what happened? What changed? Wiki Torres found a way out of the relegation zone
Yeah.
and adjusted 16th with 5 points. Okay, so Timmy, nothing totally surprising from the results aside Wiki going to Uyo and getting a draw.
Yeah. I think you also have to look at Kennedy Boboye. You have to question what's happening there. Remember, he was retained to make sure Aqua United compete for the title. And last season, maybe because he was caught amidst coronavirus and the rest, they couldn't get that ticket, and they were one of the teams.
See, that's not what happened. Last season, he didn't have a contract.
No, but last season, he was working for them.
But he didn't have a contract. At least in the early part, but he didn't have a contract. So
he was,
maybe that's why.
He was whether or not he has a contract, he was working for them, and he didn't get that slot to get into the continent. Remember, see, I don't want to get into contractual details. As far as he's there working, I believe he has an understanding. It might not be a written contract. There would have definitely been an understanding between two of them. For me, I feel he's not been able to get the results required. I think he's only gotten 1 win from home so far this season, and it was against Abia Warriors, who are struggling. He's played Dakada there. He got a point. Now he's played another team. Wiki Torres, he's got 1 point. I think for the other team like Rangers, I think Salisu Yusuf is doing a good job quietly right now, and nobody's noticing.
At Rangers, flying under the radar. I have to admit that I agree with you on that one.
Yeah,
flying under the radar with Rangers.
Exactly, because he's been picking up points here, there, and everywhere, and making sure that he wants to compete and contest for the title, or even going as far as making the continent. And I think that's
okay. I think
remember, this was the man. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, I feel Salisu is beginning to bring back his credibility. Like it or not, I don't know what you think, but I feel gradually he might just rebuild that image of his again after that scandal in the CHAN competition. But also, let's look at Plateau United. Plateau United are also coming back into the fray, even though it's an home win, yes. But hey, you can't rule out the fact that they got the tickets for last season and they were once champions of the league. And for Abdul Maikaba, he's beginning to get his acts together again and beginning to get points where necessary. Remember, also, he would want to win his first title. He's somebody who has been in the league for a very long time and hasn't gotten his hands on the title. Remember, also, he was with Aqua United. He was brought in from Wiki Tourist to Aqua United to help them win the league, but he didn't, apart from getting to the finals of the Federation Cup. So I feel these are teams we need to be looking at. Canopilas, yes, they'll always be there here and there fighting for the titles. Eyimba, yes, would also be there. Rivers United definitely should also. I am expecting them to go as far as possible to compete for the title because it's been a while that Stanley Eguma won the league title. It's been a long while that he laid his hands on the title. But I think the big teams should show their strength and show us the reason why they are the biggest teams in the league. And for the relegation battle, like you mentioned, Adama United should. I don't think they're going to survive. They should go down. Even Jigawa Golden Stars would follow them suit. I'm just worried for Abia Warriors and Heartland Football Club because these are big names in the NPFL. Like it or not, Heartland Football Club used to be Iwanyawu National. They are one of the biggest. They are one of the biggest teams in the league. So I worry for them that they are not getting their acts right together administratively because I hear what's his name now, Kamara, the coach of Heartland, Fidelis Ilechukwu, is still not getting things right with the boys because apparently the welfare is not coming forth. And if money in the enter pockets, it will be very difficult for boys to be happy and play good football for you.
Zero motivation. Well, Alfred says that I believe Fidelis Ilechukwu would be the first coach to be sacked. Well, like I said last week, somebody put out a tweet to make it seem like he'll be the first to break the news, but the tweet was very ambiguous. But the jury's still out on Fidelis. It's sad, but hey, he chose to go to Heartland, and Heartland are very difficult to manage. Too much politics around that club. But as you lay your bed, so shall you lie. So let's look at fixtures.
This network is. This is network that bad. You have network on your phone. Let me just quickly use it. So, let me is off. His network is really bad today.
Sorry about that.
Your browser.
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Went off.
Yeah. Let me take the fixtures again. Adama United host Eyimba. Katsina United at home to Plateau United. Heartland at home to Aqua United. Kano Pillars versus Rivers United, big game. We're not going to get to see that one anyway. Fire United versus Ifeanyi Wiki Toys versus Chicago Golden Stars, Rangers International versus Lobby Stars. That should be another big game. That's third versus fourth, if I'm not mistaken. Abia Warriors versus RFM Okigwe, the promised land for that tie. Takada FC versus Sunshine Stars FC, and Warri Wolves versus Nassau United. So, to me, big game. Kano Pillars, Rivers United. Unfortunately, we're not going to get to see that. How do you think that one goes?
I think it will be very difficult for Rivers United, like it or not. I think the problem for Kano Pillars is the fact that they are not playing at Sani Abacha Stadium. They won't be having the support of their home fans. But even at that, COVID-19 would not even allow. So it will be an avenue for Stanley Eguma to get a point of Kano Pillars. I don't think they've beaten Kano Pillars at an away match for as long as I can remember. I think the last time they got a draw there would be as far back as I think the late 2010 or thereabout. But it's a tough game. It's the biggest game of the round, and I will be expecting that Kano Pillars will bounce back after that defeat to Enyimba International, because they also would want to nick points to put them in the stead to qualify for the continent or even win the league. It's been a while. They also won the league, so I think it's a game that will be very open. But I still have that feeling that Kano Pillars might just have enough to beat the traveling Rivers United. Rivers United are in form right now. They're in great form. They will put up a strong resilience. They will put up that fight. But I think Kano Pillars should be able to get the 3 points.
Okay, the other big game is Rangers at home to Lobby Stars. Like we said, Rangers have been, going under the radar, gradually getting points away from home, also doing well at home. This is third versus fourth. How do you think that one will swing?
Can you hear me, Amy?
Yes, I can, Timmy. I can hear you. Okay, I think Timmy's network has gone off again. Whilst I wait for Timmy, I've had the chance of reading this book.
The three.
Okay.
We'll pick a point, but I feel it's a game.
What a day.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Okay, yeah, I can hear you, Timmy.
Yeah, so I was saying that that Rivers United Kano Pillars game would be a very tough game. I would have loved to see and watch that game on TV, but as it is right now, we don't even know which game we're going to see for March the 6th. But I feel it's a game that we'll see good football. I think Kano Pillars should be able to pick the 3 points here because their last match, they're still smarting from that defeat to Enyimba. So against Rivers United, they will know, hey, this is one of their title contenders. And if you can beat one of your rivals contending for the title, then it can put you in a better stead to also win the title itself. So I think Kano Pillars they understand this, they know this, and they should be able to pick the 3 points against Rivers United. Rivers United will pick up a fight, but I don't see them coming away with, if at all they try, it will just be a point for them. If at all they do their best.
Okay, Rangers Lobby?
Rangers Lobby also another tough match, another tough encounter. Lobby Stars have some very good players, skillful players who can always play good football on their day. I think they're playing in the Enugu, right?
Yes, Enugu.
Yeah, so it will be a very tough one. I would say maybe a score draw or maybe Rangers win. Rangers should nip this one because they are also in form right now, and their home also should be a place where they have confidence to get all 3 points against Lobby Stars.
So third versus fourth, one of the other big games to watch. It will be interesting to see Abia Warriors against MFM. So let me come to you. Abia Warriors against MFM. The sojourn to Okigwe will it lead to a delivery of 3 points?
I think this ultimatum that has been given to Imama is something that has boosted or should boost the boys to play better for him. And I feel MFM traveling to Okigwe right now, they are not really having that confidence. You check out the last time they traveled, I think they got a point when they traveled to play Dakada. A good point for them in Uyo. But I don't know how they're going to do this one. But I feel Abia Warriors might just be having too much for them at this time, based on the fact that they are a team who wants to win for their coach. And Imama would have told the boys that, hey, guys, I don't want to be sacked. I don't want to get that letter. So come on, guys, let's play this game. And it's MFM. It's not Kano Pillars. It's not Eyimba. It's not one of the big sides. It's not Rivers United. It's MFM Football Club. And I think Abia Warriors should be able to pick those 3 points. I don't know if they would have settled well into Okigwe, but I think Okigwe is a very good stadium to play. It's a synthetic pitch, and we should also see maybe plenty of goals from Abia Warriors going into this match.
Okay, so promised land. Um, let's see if Abia Warriors will make do of the promises that Okigwe offers to them and get 3 points in the first. Every time I read
Network is really bad today. What's happening?
okay, so Timmy, are you there?
Yeah, yeah. I can hear you now.
Okay, so as we round up, once again, we with relating
Hello,
to
Yemi.
players testing and officials testing in the NPFL. It's about time. It's been long overdue for them to do this. So hey, I I hope this committee arrangement will work and we get our players tested and then they provide us with enough information on how many people has been tested, how many people are positive, how many people are negative. That way we can manage things better and bring some sanity to our league. Also, the Nigerian 17 team finished second in the Wafu B tournament. How do I put it? They rose from more or less the dead and got to the final, and they are true to the under 17 AFCON. Hopefully, they can go there and put up a good performance, and at least we can then start looking at these guys and hoping that they have a future on the big stage. Timmy, any thoughts on the two topics I just mentioned?
Well, first for the committee, we like to set up committees, unnecessary committees, kangaroo committees for some certain things that normally we should just use our senses to do. I don't know the essence of setting up a committee to monitor whatever. If the clubs don't deem it right, there's already a PTF committee who has given us they've given us a guideline on how to play to their rules and play safe for the safety of these players. I don't know what this committee is going to do. I don't know if they'll be traveling around monitoring the testings. I don't know. I don't know how they want to do it, but I just feel it's more or less a waste of time. And I hope it works out well according to whatever plans they have and how they want it to go. And I hope the clubs themselves comply with the directives from the NFF. And also, you mentioned about the under 17, good one that they finally qualified. But hey, we still have a long way to go. I think it was you and I and Wally were talking about the development of Nigerian football players. It shouldn't just be about competition. It's about the development of these players from grassroots.
And I hope now that they've qualified for the AFCON, they will get better preparation to go and represent the country and do well in the tournament. But apart from that, I still feel our football system needs a total overhaul from the bottom to the top. And I feel we need to start doing things the right way if we want to start getting good results. If we don't want to always have that fire brigade mentality, we need to start building structures, building systems that will work for a lifetime, for a very long time in Nigerian football. I think that's all I have to say.
The jury's still out on Fatimo and this team, but okay, we just have to look to the future. Playing 17, the aim is never to win. The way we've been doing it over the years has been to win,
Mm-hmm.
win, win. Let's see those players make it through the conveyor belt. Let's
True.
talk about them in the next 10, 15 years and say, oh, yes, this player played at this level. This is where we found him and things like that. And then we can make progress with our football. So you can see what is scrolling through your screen. Please make it a duty to drop a tip, and also most importantly, please subscribe to this YouTube channel so that you can be alerted for any content that's coming through. And as I was saying when TV went off at the point, I had the privilege of reading this book. In fact, I read it twice,
Yeah, I have to.
1,000 times on the same road, by one of our senior colleagues, Chanachi. Brilliant book, brilliant. I hope the guys in Netflix can, take it and cut into a series like Black Mirror. It has some fantastic stories about Nigerian football. Some may not like it, but I think it's worth reading.
Network is really terrible today. What's happening?
Well, what can I say? Network issues. That's the NPFL Outlook episode 4. I have to apologize for all the network issues going off and on. I have to thank you to Alfred for joining and dropping a comment, and every other person that joined in and has had issues with the network. Please, I appeal to you to forgive me and forgive the networks. Remember, 1,000 times on the same road, you need to get that book. Lovely book. So, thank you for joining in. Join me on Friday for Football and AI. The AI is on a 6 game unbeaten streak at the moment. I think we should be having Hassan Abdullahi on Friday to take on the AI. So join me on Friday, 4 p.m. for Football and AI. Please, as I've said, remember to subscribe. Click the subscribe button. Hmm? Thank you very much, and